Hero stood shoulder to shoulder with Meek Mill.
I'm at a point in my life like we all grew up in the streets and we try to be better, but they labeled us felons, sent us back to jail. I had to fight against that the whole time to gain my respect and be who I am today, and I'm proud of that.
Why are you doing bunny hops, Meek? Because you got your ass beat in tennis. You got your ass beat. Keep going. Count out loud.
That's the wrong time, nigga.
Count out loud.
30,
Can't, huh?
4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42.
Keep going. Keep going.
Nicki Minaj just sent the internet into another frenzy, and this time Meek Mill is the one catching heat again. She's been dropping hints and bold claims saying Meek should be on high alert because she's ready to talk about what she says went down around Epstein Island. Nicki has been calling out big names lately, from Beyonce to Jay-Z, and now she's circling back to an ex who she previously said treated her badly. The energy feels personal, messy, and very public. And if people thought the drama around Meek and Diddy was already wild, Nicki is suggesting there's even more behind the scenes. After that viral clip where the internet watched Meek Mill energetically bunny-hopping around Michael Rubin and his billionaire circle, Nicki jumped online claiming moments like that are part of what she calls a humiliation ritual powerful elites supposedly push on rappers. That claim has fans arguing all over social media, with some shocked and others saying the industry politics might run deeper than people think.
When I see the narrative of a really good friend of mine like Meek, and people trying to, again, if he was gay, which there's not one gay bone in his body, who cares? Number one, let's say if people want to be gay, it is 2024. Who the cares? Okay. Number two, there's not a gay bone in his body. So why do people want to lie about that? Why do people want to change a narrative, a bet he made with me to try to hurt him?
Right now, Nicki Minaj is sitting in a very strange position in the industry, and people can feel the tension everywhere. After she openly said she supported Donald Trump, the reaction online and inside the entertainment world got loud real fast. Some fans defended her right to speak her mind, but a lot of people in the industry started looking at her sideways. Since then, many people noticed something else, too. Nicki hasn't been showing up at award shows the way she used to. Big events keep happening, celebrities keep walking those red carpets, but Nicki has mostly stayed away, and that absence has people talking even more. While she's been keeping her distance from those stages, the conversation about her hasn't slowed down at all. In fact, it feels like the industry keeps throwing little shots her way whenever the opportunity pops up. Social media stays buzzing with debates about her place in the culture, and every time her name trends, the comments get louder and messier. Some fans say she's being targeted and iced out, while critics claim she brought the drama onto herself with the things she said publicly. Either way, the spotlight never really leaves her for long. Then things got even more awkward when comedian Dion Cole brought her name up during the NAACP Awards. In the middle of the event, he found a moment to slide a joke in about Nicki, and the internet instantly caught it. Clips started spreading fast, and fans began arguing about whether it was just comedy or another example of people in the industry taking shots at her when she's not even in the room. Some viewers laughed it off, but Nicki's supporters were not feeling it at all. Now, the whole situation feels like a strange standoff. Nicki continues speaking her mind online, critics keep responding, and moments like that NAACP awards joke only add more spice to an already heated conversation. One thing is clear though, when Nicki Minaj's name comes up, the internet is never quiet for long.
Lord, we want you to bless our sister Nicki Minaj, Lord, yes. She's been going through a lot lately, Lord. It hasn't been herself, Lord. I believe whatever's in her ass is affecting her brain, Lord. Take it out of her ass, Lord. We bind that spirit in her ass, Lord.
After all the backlash that came her way for stepping into the MAGA conversation, Nicki made it clear she's not planning to back down anytime soon. She basically said she's ready to stand on her own island if she has to, even if that means standing alone while the rest of the industry looks the other way. To her fans, that sounded like someone standing on business and refusing to fold under pressure. Nicki has been in the music world for a long time, and she's hinted more than once that she's seen things behind the scenes that most people would never believe. Because of that, she seems determined to protect herself and move carefully in an industry she clearly doesn't fully trust. Some supporters even say that when you look at everything she's been saying lately, maybe there's a bigger reason she's acting this way. Nicki has been speaking about power structures in the entertainment world, about who controls the gates, and about what can happen to artists who refuse to fall in line. Whether people agree with her or not, one thing is obvious. She's not scared to say what's on her mind, even when it goes against some of the biggest names in the business. Things got even more intense when Nicki talked about a situation from 2024 that shocked a lot of her followers. She claimed that at one point, she believed someone on her own team may have tampered with her food. According to Nicki, after she started feeling strange, questions were raised about what might have happened behind the scenes. She said she tried to confront staff members and get answers, but nothing clear ever came back to her. The whole situation left her uneasy and suspicious about who she could really trust around her. Then, the story took another twist that got the internet buzzing. Nicki said she later heard that the same person she suspected had ended up working with other powerful figures connected to major music circles, including people tied to Jay-Z's Roc Nation circle. That detail alone had fans online connecting dots and debating whether the industry might be moving in ways the public doesn't fully see. And that raises a bigger question people keep asking online. If Nicki continues speaking out, challenging powerful figures, and refusing to stay quiet, do the gatekeepers of the industry appreciate that kind of energy? A lot of observers doubt it. But if there's one thing Nicki Minaj has shown over the years, it's that she's not afraid of pressure, and she definitely isn't known for staying silent when she feels something isn't right.
Where the most prolific women in Hollywood are being disempowered by these conservatorships, having their platforms hijacked. And I have to say quickly on that subject, Jay-Z, take off that damn lace front wig and leave Nicki Minaj alone. Because I know you're trying to do a lot, allegedly. You're trying to do the same things to Nicki that people have done to Britney Spears, and we're gonna clock it.
A lot of fans keep bringing up the same shocking point when Nicki Minaj's name comes into these industry conversations. How does someone with a catalog like hers still have 0 Grammy wins? Nicki has been nominated for the Grammys 12 different times, yet every single time the trophy somehow goes somewhere else. For many supporters, that statistic alone feels suspicious. They look at her chart success, the cultural impact of her songs, and the influence she has had on rap over the years, and they start asking serious questions about how the system really works. Nicki didn't just show up for a quick moment in music either. She helped reshape the lane for women in rap during an era when the spotlight was extremely limited. Her albums moved numbers, her verses dominated radio, and her personality turned her into one of the most talked about artists of the last decade. Songs like Superbass, Anaconda, and many others became massive moments in pop culture. So when people see that long list of nominations without a win, they start side-eyeing the process and wondering if industry politics might be playing a bigger role than fans realize. Nicki herself has hinted at this frustration many times. Over the years, she has spoken openly about feeling overlooked or pushed to the side, especially when conversations about recognition come up. Every time award season rolls around, her supporters flood social media, pointing out the same thing again and again. The numbers, the influence, and the longevity all speak for themselves. To them, the lack of a Grammy doesn't match the impact she's had on music. But the award show debate isn't the only tension Nicki has been dealing with. When it comes to personal drama, one name that keeps popping up in her story is Meek Mill. Their relationship was once one of the most talked about couples in hip-hop, but things eventually fell apart in a very public way. Since then, the two have exchanged words multiple times online, and the tension between them never seems to fully disappear. Nicki has made it clear in past comments that she was unhappy with how things played out between them. At different moments, she hinted that the relationship involved behavior that left her feeling disrespected and hurt. Those statements alone were enough to keep fans debating for years about what really happened behind the scenes. Every time their names get mentioned in the same headline, the internet immediately starts revisiting the history between them. And with Nicki recently speaking more openly about industry power and the people she believes hold influence behind the curtain, some fans are starting to connect those conversations with the conflicts she's had in the past. Whether those dots actually connect or not, the drama surrounding Nicki Minaj, the awards conversation, and her long-running tension with Meek Mill keeps the internet watching closely.
Okay, so
But that's not a diss. Meek likes being brought up in that song. I don't know why you lowering his thing. You think you're doing him a favor. He's very, very happy being mentioned, I'm pretty sure.
For a little background on this whole situation, Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill were actually together for nearly 2 years, from 2015 to 2017. At the time, their relationship was everywhere in the media. They were showing up together, collaborating on music, and posting each other online. From the outside looking in, it really seemed like Nicki had strong feelings for him, and fans believed the relationship might last much longer. For a moment, people were even calling them hip-hop's next big power couple. Meek's popularity was rising fast, Nicki was already dominating charts, and together they looked like a serious force in the rap world. But once the relationship ended, everything changed in a dramatic way. Instead of a quiet breakup, things quickly turned into public tension, online arguments, and years of back-and-forth commentary. Fans who once celebrated them together suddenly watched the situation turn extremely messy. Social media became the battlefield, and it didn't take long before both sides were throwing serious shade. Nicki later spoke openly about her frustrations with Meek and the way their relationship played out. She suggested that as he started spending more time around powerful industry circles, including figures connected to Diddy and other high-profile names, his behavior began to shift. According to Nicki, she felt that the more he moved in those spaces, the more his attitude changed, especially in how he treated certain people around him. Those comments alone sparked a huge reaction online, with fans debating what she really meant. Then things escalated even further when Nicki posted a series of explosive tweets about their past relationship. In one of those posts, she wrote, "You roughed your own sister and taped it, spit on her and taped it, kicked me in front of your mother and sent her to the hospital. Sucking Drake's D made you feel tough again." That message spread across the internet instantly, and people were stunned by how direct and intense the accusations sounded. Within minutes, the tweets became one of the most talked about celebrity moments online. The situation didn't cool down after that either. Not long after the tweets started circulating, Nicki appeared on a live stream with Soulja Boy and continued speaking about her experiences and observations. During that conversation, she also made broader comments about certain men she claimed had secret lifestyles while still dating women publicly. She suggested that some of those situations can create complicated relationships, especially when people are not being honest about who they are. Those remarks immediately added another layer of controversy to an already heated situation. As expected, the internet exploded with reactions. Some people defended Nicki and said she was finally speaking her truth after years of holding things in. Others questioned the timing and wondered why the details were coming out publicly. Either way, the fallout from that breakup clearly didn't fade with time. Even years later, the history between Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill continues to resurface whenever new conversations about the music industry start heating up.
Do you think it's a lot of undercover brothers in the industry?
Oh no, Queen. We don't know nothing about undercovers. Oh no. We don't know about that.
Okay. Because I do.
Even though Nicki Minaj didn't directly say Meek Mill's name during some of those conversations, a lot of people online felt like the message was pretty obvious. Fans and critics alike started connecting the dots almost instantly. The timing, the past relationship, and the details she hinted at made many listeners believe she was talking about her former partner without actually saying his name out loud. And once the internet starts putting pieces together like that, things move fast. Social media detectives jumped into action immediately. People began revisiting old interviews, resurfacing tweets, and pulling up clips from years ago to see if anything matched the claims being discussed. It's almost like a digital investigation happens every time a celebrity drops a hint about their past. Within hours, timelines were filled with throwback moments, screenshots, and long threads where users tried to break down every single detail. That's the reality of the internet age. When someone famous says something that even slightly points toward another public figure, thousands of people start digging through the archives looking for clues. Old videos, forgotten posts, and past headlines suddenly come back to life. It doesn't matter if something happened 5 years ago or 10 years ago. If it's online, someone will eventually find it. In this situation, Nicki's comments sparked exactly that kind of reaction. Fans started sharing clips from the years when she and Meek were together, analyzing their interviews and appearances side by side. Some people claimed they noticed moments where the energy between them seemed tense, while others argued that social media might be reading too much into things. Still, the conversation kept spreading across platforms. Then the discussion started getting even louder as people looked into Meek Mill's past interviews in public moments. Users began posting old footage and photos, trying to figure out whether there were signs that hinted at deeper problems behind the scenes. Some threads online stretched into hundreds of comments, with people debating every little detail like they were solving a mystery. That's the thing about internet culture today. Once a rumor or allegation starts circulating, it doesn't just disappear. It grows, evolves, and spreads across different platforms at lightning speed. One person posts a clip, another person adds context, and before long, the entire story takes on a life of its own. Suddenly, millions of people are discussing something that started with just a few vague comments. For celebrities, that kind of spotlight can be intense. A single statement can lead to days of speculation, reactions, and nonstop headlines. And in Nicki Minaj's case, her comments were more than enough to spark that reaction. Even without naming anyone directly, the internet had already decided who they believed she was talking about. And as history has shown many times before, once the internet locks onto a story like this, it rarely lets go quietly. People keep digging, keep sharing, and keep debating until the next big headline finally pulls everyone's attention somewhere else.
When Diddy got locked up, Meek Mill came out saying that he'll pay somebody $100 grand to investigate that he has nothing to do with anything with Diddy.
Man, look, you can't take back what your butthole received.
The moment the internet started digging into the situation, things got messy fast. As soon as people began connecting the conversation back to Meek Mill, social media investigators started pulling up old photos and videos from years ago. Suddenly, pictures of Meek Mill and Diddy hanging out began circulating everywhere online. Some of the images showed them laughing together at parties, standing close during events, or celebrating at private gatherings. On their own, those photos might have looked normal, but once the rumors started spreading, the internet began looking at every single detail through a completely different lens. Then the clips started resurfacing too. People began sharing old interviews, party footage, and behind-the-scenes videos where Meek and Diddy were interacting. Comment sections filled up quickly with viewers analyzing their body language, their jokes, and the way they spoke to each other. Some people said it was simply two powerful figures in hip-hop being friends and supporting each other. Others online started suggesting the dynamic looked deeper than what the public originally thought. Once those debates kicked off, the speculation grew louder by the hour. Memes, reaction posts, and commentary flooded timelines across multiple platforms. Internet users were replaying moments frame by frame, pointing out things they believed looked unusual. At that point, the jokes started flying everywhere, with some people saying the signs were so obvious that even Stevie Wonder could see it. That line alone started trending in comment sections as people kept fueling the conversation. Whether people were serious or just joking, the internet clearly locked onto the topic and refused to let it go. But the discussion took an even bigger turn when a lawsuit connected to Diddy began making headlines. When producer Lil Rod filed legal claims involving the music mogul, the documents immediately caught the attention of the public. Lawsuits involving celebrities always bring intense scrutiny, and this one was no different. Reporters, bloggers, and social media users began reading through the filings line by line, searching for anything connected to the rumors already spreading online. Inside those legal documents, one part especially grabbed people's attention. The filing referenced claims about Diddy allegedly having a close encounter with a rapper from Philadelphia who had previously dated Nicki Minaj. That single detail was enough to send social media into overdrive. People instantly started connecting the description to Meek Mill, since he is one of the most well-known rappers from Philadelphia and had a very public relationship with Nicki years ago. Within minutes, screenshots of that section of the lawsuit were everywhere. Of course, online speculation moves fast, and not every claim circulating on the internet ends up being proven. Still, the combination of Nicki's earlier comments, the resurfaced photos of Meek and Diddy, and the mention in the lawsuit created the perfect storm for viral debate. Fans, critics, and gossip pages all jumped into the discussion at once. And once the internet reaches that level of curiosity, the conversation rarely slows down quickly. Every old clip, every photo, and every headline suddenly becomes part of a bigger story people are trying to piece together in real time. For better or worse, once the online crowd starts connecting dots like this, the spotlight only gets brighter.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
And here's where the story gets even wilder. According to people who claim they were close to the situation, Nicki Minaj supposedly has receipts connected to one very chaotic party that Diddy allegedly threw for Meek Mill years ago. The event was meant to celebrate Meek's 27th birthday, and the setup alone sounded over the top. Nicki reportedly rented out a massive $7.5 million mansion in Las Vegas, and the guest list was stacked with A-list celebrities, music insiders, and big names from the nightlife scene. From the start, people said the party had that larger-than-life energy that only huge celebrity events seem to have. But according to reports that circulated afterward, the night allegedly spiraled into something far more intense than a typical birthday celebration. The gathering was said to be so outrageous that it even caught attention in the news afterward. When the party finally wrapped up around 3 in the morning, the mansion reportedly looked completely destroyed. The property manager, Jason Hett, later described walking into the house the next day and seeing a shocking scene. He claims several bedrooms were left in terrible condition, with broken alcohol bottles, stained sheets, and party supplies scattered everywhere. There were also reports of used protections, razor blades, and large amounts of lubricants and baby oil left across dressers and marble floors. People online quickly started saying that kind of mess is exactly why those celebrity parties develop such a crazy reputation. But what reportedly surprised the property manager even more were the strict demands that were allegedly made before the party even started. According to insiders, Diddy supposedly arranged an insurance policy to cover the mansion, everything inside it, and even potential injuries connected to the event. On top of that, it was claimed that he requested brand new locks to be installed on every room in the house, and that he alone would control the keys. Those details alone had people raising eyebrows and wondering what kind of party planning requires that level of security. Then, another rumor started spreading that added even more mystery to the story. Some people claim that requests for smoke detectors in certain rooms might not have been ordinary safety equipment at all. Online speculation suggested they could have been hidden recording devices, though that claim has never been proven. Around the same time, people began talking about a piece of audio circulating online that allegedly captured 2 men in a private moment, with rumors suggesting it involved Meek Mill and Diddy. According to internet chatter, that recording was supposedly captured by a bodyguard during the same party. Once that rumor started moving across social media, the entire story exploded into one of the most talked about celebrity controversies online. As the rumors around that alleged recording started spreading across the internet, the situation took another dramatic turn. The man who was rumored to have recorded the audio eventually stepped forward and claimed the clip was real. According to him, the recording was authentic, and he insisted he knew exactly who the voices belonged to. He reportedly said he was confident that the 2 people heard in the audio were Meek Mill and Diddy. That claim immediately sent social media into another frenzy. Within hours, clips of the audio were being reposted, discussed, and analyzed across multiple platforms. People began debating whether the voice pattern sounded familiar, while others questioned how reliable the claim actually was. Online communities quickly split into different camps. Some users believed the man's statement added credibility to the rumor, arguing that someone directly connected to the situation would know what happened behind closed doors. Others were far more skeptical. They pointed out that audio clips circulating online can easily be misidentified, edited, or taken out of context, especially once they start spreading without clear verification. Despite the uncertainty, the claim continued to fuel the larger conversation that had already been building around Diddy, Meek Mill, and the stories surrounding that Las Vegas party. Every new detail, rumor, or alleged witness seemed to add another layer to the speculation. The internet's reaction followed a familiar pattern. Content creators began breaking down the story in videos and live streams, blogs published theories about what might have happened, and comment sections filled with people arguing over what they believed was true. Even people who had not followed the earlier parts of the controversy suddenly became aware of it once the alleged recordings started circulating more widely. At the center of it all remained the same unresolved question: whether the recording was truly what some people claimed it was, or simply another rumor that had grown larger as it spread online. As the alleged recording continued to circulate online, the conversation only grew louder. People across social media started breaking the clip down piece by piece, trying to figure out whether the voices in the audio could actually be identified. Some listeners claimed the voices sounded familiar, while others insisted there was no clear proof linking the clip to anyone specific. Still, that didn't slow the internet down at all. Once a rumor like this begins spreading, it tends to take on a life of its own. Content creators, bloggers, and live stream commentators quickly jumped into the discussion. Many of them began revisiting the timeline of events, revisiting the stories about the Las Vegas party, and connecting those rumors with the claims about the recording. the more people talked about it, the more attention the story received. Soon, the clip itself became only one part of a much bigger online debate about celebrity parties, industry influence, and what really happens behind the scenes in the entertainment world. Another thing that fueled the speculation was the fact that many of these stories had been floating around in whispers for years. Fans pointed out that rumors about certain industry gatherings had existed long before this particular controversy surfaced. Because of that, some people believed the alleged recording might simply be adding to a long list of stories that had already been circulating quietly within the music world. At the same time, there were plenty of voices urging caution. Some commentators reminded viewers that viral claims often grow larger as they spread, especially when they involve famous names. Without verified evidence, they argued, it is easy for speculation to turn into assumptions. Audio clips can be misinterpreted, altered, or even falsely attributed once they start moving through social media channels. Despite those warnings, the discussion kept expanding. Fans began revisiting older interviews, public appearances, and past headlines involving the artists whose names were being mentioned. The internet has a habit of digging up history whenever a new controversy appears, and this situation was no different. Old clips resurfaced, previous rumors were re-examined, and people began trying to piece together a narrative from years of scattered moments. What made the situation even more intense was the timing. The music industry had already been dealing with a wave of headlines involving lawsuits, allegations, and behind-the-scenes disputes. Because of that climate, many people were already paying closer attention to stories about powerful figures in entertainment. As the debate continued, one thing became very clear. Whether the recording was authentic or not, the internet had already turned it into a major talking point. Millions of people were discussing it, questioning it, and sharing their own theories about what might have happened. In the end, the alleged audio became another example of how quickly a single claim can ignite a massive online conversation. Once a story reaches that level of attention, it rarely stays small for long. Instead, it keeps evolving as new voices join the discussion and more speculation enters the mix. As the discussion kept spreading online, the story slowly shifted from just being about the alleged audio to something much bigger. People began questioning the culture surrounding celebrity parties and the influence that powerful figures in entertainment hold behind the scenes. The internet has a way of turning one rumor into a full investigation, and that is exactly what started happening here. Threads, videos, and long breakdowns began appearing everywhere, with creators trying to map out timelines and connections between different moments in the music industry. Some users focused on the relationship between major artists and wealthy business figures who often host exclusive events. These gatherings are usually private, invite-only, and filled with high-profile guests from music, sports, and entertainment. Because cameras are rarely allowed inside, the public only hears about what happens through secondhand stories, leaks, or rumors that surface later. That mystery alone tends to spark curiosity, especially when big names are involved. Supporters of Meek Mill quickly stepped in to defend him as the speculation grew. They argued that internet rumors often get exaggerated and that people should not jump to conclusions based on unverified claims. Many pointed out that celebrities frequently attend parties with other influential figures simply because of business connections, networking opportunities, or shared circles in the entertainment world. From their perspective, being photographed at the same events does not automatically mean anything unusual took place. On the other side of the conversation, critics continued digging for more information. They revisited old interviews, lyrics, and public moments where artists mentioned the pressures of the industry. Some fans began speculating about whether certain celebrities feel pressure to maintain relationships with powerful figures in order to stay successful. Others pushed back on that idea and said it was unfair to assume hidden motives without clear evidence. Meanwhile, Nicki Minaj's earlier comments started resurfacing again in discussions. People began replaying clips from past live streams and social media posts where she spoke about her experiences in the industry. For some fans, her statement seemed more significant now that the rumors were circulating again. Others believed those comments were being taken out of context and linked to stories that might not actually be connected. The entire situation showed just how quickly online conversations can spiral. A single claim, a piece of audio, or an old rumor can suddenly become the center of a massive debate involving millions of people. Once that process begins, every past headline and every resurfaced clip starts getting added into the narrative. At the same time, there were growing reminders from journalists and commentators that internet speculation is not the same as confirmed information. Viral stories can move faster than facts, and once an idea spreads widely enough, it can be difficult to separate what is proven from what is simply rumor. Even with those reminders, the conversation did not slow down. The combination of celebrity names, mysterious parties, and unresolved claims kept people watching closely. As long as new details, reactions, or theories continued appearing online, the story remained one of the most talked about topics in entertainment discussions.
This champagne with spikes, son. Like, all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the fuck out. I don't drink. So I was playing that shit off like I don't fucking drink. I smoke, nigga. Like, I smoke and I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard niggas struggling to take dick. I heard niggas being like, yeah, daddy. Like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all this shit because I was like, this nigga Diddy rich.
As the story kept circulating, the conversation started moving beyond just the rumors themselves and into the broader culture of the music industry. Commentators, bloggers, and fans began asking a bigger question: how much of what happens behind closed doors in entertainment actually reaches the public? The mystery surrounding private celebrity events has always fueled speculation, but situations like this only add more curiosity. Some people pointed out that hip-hop, like many parts of the entertainment world, often operates through powerful networks. Record labels, wealthy investors, promoters, and industry veterans all play a role in shaping careers. Because of that structure, artists frequently attend private gatherings and social events where business relationships are formed. Those environments can look glamorous on the surface, but they also create spaces where a lot happens away from public view. Supporters of Nicki Minaj argued that her recent comments about industry dynamics might be reflecting frustrations that many artists quietly share. Over the years, several performers have spoken about the pressures that come with fame and the expectations placed on them by powerful figures in the business. According to some fans, Nicki's willingness to speak openly has made her a controversial voice, especially when her statements challenge people who hold major influence. At the same time, critics warn that the internet has a habit of building entire narratives from fragments of information. A few screenshots, a short clip, or an unverified claim can quickly turn into a full storyline once it spreads across social media. By the time millions of people are discussing it, separating speculation from verified facts becomes extremely difficult. That tension between curiosity and caution defined much of the conversation surrounding this situation. Some users treated the rumors as part of a larger pattern they believed existed in entertainment circles. Others insisted that without confirmed evidence, the claim should be viewed carefully rather than accepted as truth. Meanwhile, the names involved in the discussion continue to trend online. Whenever a celebrity connected to the story posted on social media or appeared in public, people immediately began analyzing every detail. Even unrelated interviews or performances started generating comments from viewers wondering whether the controversy would be addressed directly. The internet's attention cycle also played a major role in keeping the topic alive. Once a story becomes popular enough, creators continue discussing it because audiences remain interested. Videos analyzing the situation gathered millions of views, podcasts dedicated entire episodes to breaking down theories, and online forums filled with long debates about what might really be happening behind the scenes. Through all of this, one fact remained clear: the combination of celebrity relationships, industry power, and mysterious events creates a perfect formula for viral speculation. Whether the rumors eventually fade away or lead to more confirmed information, the discussion itself has already shown how powerful online narratives can become. And in an era where social media spreads stories instantly, any hint of controversy involving major figures in entertainment can quickly turn into a global conversation that refuses to disappear overnight. And just when people thought the story had reached its peak, the conversation online started taking another dramatic turn. More users began revisiting old moments from the past few years, looking for anything that might connect the rumors together. In the age of social media, nothing ever really disappears, and fans quickly started pulling up clips, tweets, and interviews that had been forgotten for years. One clip that kept resurfacing was the viral video of Meek Mill at a high-profile party hosted by billionaire Michael Rubin. In the footage, Meek looked like he was joking around with the crowd, hopping and celebrating while wealthy guests laughed nearby. On its own, the video looked like a typical party moment, but once the internet tied it to the ongoing rumors, people started interpreting it in a completely different way. Critics claimed the clip looked humiliating, while supporters argued that it was simply harmless fun between friends. Nicki Minaj also continued to post cryptic messages that many fans believed were aimed at the same situation. She never clearly named anyone, but the timing of her posts kept people guessing. Every time she tweeted something that sounded even slightly mysterious, the internet exploded with theories. Some fans believed she was slowly revealing pieces of a bigger story, while others felt she was simply responding to the chaos that was already happening online. Meanwhile, Meek Mill continued defending himself publicly. He made it clear that he believed many of the rumors were being pushed to damage his reputation and distract from his work as an artist. Supporters of the rapper also pushed back strongly, saying that internet speculation can easily spiral into unfair accusations when famous names are involved. Still, that didn't stop people from digging deeper. Online forums and video creators began examining the timeline of Meek's career, especially the years when he was closely associated with powerful figures in the industry. Some commentators wondered whether those relationships helped boost his opportunities, while others insisted that Meek had built his success through his own talent and hard work. At the same time, Nicki's role in the entire situation remained one of the biggest mysteries. Some viewers believed she knew more than she had publicly revealed, especially considering how vocal she had been about certain industry experiences in the past. Others argued that fans were connecting dots that might not actually be related. What made the situation even more intense was how fast the conversation continued spreading. Every livestream, reaction video, and blog post seemed to add another layer of speculation. New audiences who had not followed the earlier drama suddenly became invested once the story started trending across platforms. And that is the power of internet culture today. Once a celebrity controversy catches enough attention, it can grow into a massive narrative that people analyze from every possible angle. Whether the rumors eventually fade or lead to real answers, the story surrounding Nicki Minaj, Meek Mill, and the powerful circles around them have already become one of the most talked about discussions online. But the story gets even more confusing once another rumor started spreading online. Some insiders began claiming that the recording might not have come from the bodyguard at all. According to that version of events, it was actually Nicki Minaj who allegedly had the recording first, and for her own protection, she supposedly paid the bodyguard to release it publicly. If that claim were true, it would mean the entire leak was carefully planned from the start, which immediately made the internet explode with new theories and debates. At the beginning, Meek Mill tried to shut the whole thing down fast. He pushed back hard and said the accusations were straight lies, meant to destroy the career he spent years building. Being labeled as DL, or being called Diddy's boy toy, according to Meek, was nothing more than an attack on his reputation as a rapper and as a man. He made it clear he was not going to sit quietly while rumors about his name kept circulating online. In fact, Meek even tried to challenge the rumors head-on. At one point, he publicly offered a huge reward, saying he would pay $100,000 to anyone who could track down the original source of the gossip spreading about him. That bold move shocked a lot of people watching the situation unfold. But according to online chatter, he never seriously followed up on the offer because many people believed the drama was tied to Nicki herself. Meek also spoke out about how the situation affected him personally and how it impacted his family. In one of his responses, he wrote, "I will never let fake rumors about my name or manhood linger and be silent. My son had to see all that is and deal with it going to school. It's a silent war against Black men and y'all rocking with." That message showed just how emotional the situation had become for him, especially with his child being dragged into public gossip. But the internet is ruthless, and things got even worse once another viral clip started making the rounds. The video showed Meek Mill at a gathering with billionaire Michael Rubin and several wealthy guests. In the clip, Meek looked like he was joking around and hopping excitedly while the crowd watched. Supporters said it was harmless fun at a party, but critics online turned the moment into a huge talking point and claimed it looked embarrassing. At the same time, Nicki Minaj started speaking out again, and her comments made the situation even more intense. Some fans believed she was hinting that Meek had grown very comfortable around powerful industry figures who were helping support his lifestyle. According to certain online discussions, those connections may have come with expectations and favors behind the scenes. Whether those claims were true or not, the speculation spread across social media like wildfire. People also began bringing up older viral moments connected to Meek, including a strange clip where he appeared inside a cage at a party event. Some users claimed that scene came from one of the same elite gatherings people had been talking about for years. Once that video resurfaced, critics used it as more evidence while building their theories about what was really happening behind closed doors. In the middle of all this noise, opinions online stayed completely divided. Some viewers believed Nicki might have been exposing uncomfortable truths about powerful circles in the music world. Others argued the entire narrative had been built from rumors, clips taken out of context, and internet speculation that kept growing bigger every day. One thing is certain though, the drama surrounding Nicki Minaj, Meek Mill, and those powerful industry connections has turned into one of the wildest celebrity debates online, and people are still arguing about what parts of the story are real and what parts are just internet chaos.